If I'm currently in an employment tribunal claim with my employer, and my employer gives me an employment-related settlement agreement, will I be required to bring that claim to an end if I sign that agreement? I'm Richard Hiron, also known as the Hironator, and I'm an employment law solicitor. The thing with this is that in the settlement agreement, you might be giving a legally binding promise or a warranty to say that you will immediately bring that claim to an end. Now, the thing with this is it could be an employment tribunal claim, it could be a court claim, or it could be something that you have notified ACAS of through ACAS early conciliation. Now, if that's the case, upon signing the settlement agreement, you might need to contact the court or the tribunal or ACAS to say in one way or another that your claim or the beginnings of a claim are over, they're at an end, and to ask for confirmation from ACAS, from the court, or from the tribunal. You might then have to forward that confirmation on to your employer so that they know that everything is concluded. The settlement agreement might also include a clause that says whether either or both of you will be required to pay the other's legal costs for the time involved to date. Naturally, for you as the employee, you probably would not want to have a costs order imposed against you, particularly in an employment tribunal, but also in a court. So it's key to be quite wary about what the position is on costs in a settlement agreement. The last thing is if you have got this far, so if you are speaking with ACAS, or you're in the employment tribunal, or you're in a court, the likelihood is that you will have contacted ACAS before all of this. If you have done that, then the likelihood is that you'd be dealing with a slightly different kind of settlement agreement to the one that we have been discussing to date. You would likely be asked to negotiate over and to eventually agree what we call a COT-free agreement. That's C-O-T free. And what that is essentially a settlement agreement that can only be approved through ACAS, because ACAS is already aware of what's happening. So, obviously from that, there are key differences between the kind of settlement agreement that we've been discussing to date before you've contacted ACAS and the kind of settlement agreement that you can sign after you've contacted ACAS. But that's another matter for another time. In the meantime, I hope that's answered the question, but if you're finding a settlement agreement hard, bring it to Richard.